back to Trump. So, this thing of really, he's not going to do any of that nonsense, is he? He's played a game, and maybe those people who did believe all that nonsense. Now, most of the people voted probably didn't believe all that nonsense about Muslims or whatever, but some did, and those people are going to be very upset. And I sensed that in social media already, that they realised that it's not going to happen, and that's quite funny.
See the thing I read that he's backtracking? Oh, Obamacare.
Yeah.
He's going to keep parts of Obamacare.
Because everyone said, well, it's actually quite a good idea. Oh, okay. And then the flip side of the coin, there was a news report saying he's blocked the media from reporting.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Oh, shit. So there's a two-sided to this, but there's also this thing I want to talk about. We've just looked at Jonathan Pye's rant about it's the fault of the left, etc., etc. Really good video. There's something fundamentally there I don't agree with. You need to watch his video. Jonathan Pye has a rant saying it's the fault of the left, refusing to engage and calling people names. When you do that, it's like I said a few weeks ago, you don't persuade people by telling them they're stupid. But he also says about, you've got to engage with people, you've got to discuss. And I've always believed that. And then a few weeks ago I was finding how you're just making people angry by proving them wrong. So that's a thing, But there's two types of debate on the internet, isn't there? There's the normal debate when you actually do a debate and you do it properly and you want to have a proper debate and you want to get to the truth, and if they're right, that's fair enough. And there's the ones where your opponent doesn't know what they're talking about. Maybe they're not that literate, and maybe they don't really know the facts, and it's quite entertaining, and you poke them and you play silly games, So obviously Wednesday and Thursday and Friday this week, that's what I've been doing. I couldn't resist. It's you can't blame me for doing that.
No.
You can't. It's lots of very, very angry Trump people. Why are they angry? They've won, haven't they? So you only have to prod them a little bit. And so I think yesterday on Facebook, I couldn't remember where it was. I think it was a Ricky Gervais forwarding a thing from the Huffington Post about the statistics being wrong or something, I can't remember. And you've got this guy ranting and raving, calling people names, your mother, and blah 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 blah, and breaking all the Facebook rules, etc., etc., and saying, making fun of the statistics, saying it was a 98% chance of her winning, but she didn't win, etc., etc. And I said, well, I had quite a well, this is how you do it. This is how you play the game. You have a very sober response that's logical about, well, statistically that made sense to predicted her a win, and what really happened was that not many people voted, and that's why all the polls are wrong, because if people don't vote, the poll doesn't mean anything. Fair enough. Okay, and so obviously he responds with, "Oh, you're butthurt about blah 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 blah." But actually, he was much ruder than that. He was personal attacks, and I responded with, "Well, actually, I predicted a Trump win." But those statistics and all that maths and all that stuff you don't like, that's enabled you to use this technology now, so you can come online and fail to disagree with people and get upset. So I logged out, logged back in again. Facebook had deleted my post. That was the first thing that comes on when I logged into Facebook. We've deleted your post because it doesn't meet guidelines. Huh? Oh, I quoted him. So I thought, I've quoted him because obviously he's definitely broken Facebook guidelines. Fair enough. Okay, so I'll come back on. And the guy's still there posting, and he's done. You're so buttered. He was saying, "Where are you?" He was trying to get me back because I disappeared because they deleted my post. So I posted again without the thing, just saying about statistics and all that stuff has enabled you to use technology. And then came back on this morning, and I'm banned from Facebook for 24 hours. But for that, and my posts are deleted, and I'm like, blocked for 24 hours. So I took a picture of it because I couldn't quite. I thought, But what's really strange, that guy's posts were still there. And I assume still there. So is this the new world? We must welcome our Trump overlords. It's a new authoritarian way. You do not question the. I took a picture. Hang on. I'll read out exactly what I said. Yes, you've been temporarily blocked from posting. Well, that's 24 hours. So I assume this evening I can log back into Facebook and see if his posts are still there. I assume I can get back to the thread. Yeah, so the first one was, there's so much wrong with your last paragraph, statistics clearly aren't your strong point. Logically, she did have a 98% chance of winning, so it was sensible to predict a Clinton win. Saying you know not to predict a Clinton win after the election is the stupidest thing ever. Trump won because of a low turnout, his numbers were shockingly low for a winner, and Clinton actually got more votes. He won because there were so few people voted for Clinton, not because the people liked Trump. So that was my original post, which they didn't delete originally, and then he was like, "Fuck you, personal, blah blah blah." and your butt hurt was his response. So I said, well, I predicted a Trump win on my YouTube channel back in January, actually. Also, those awful statistics you're so upset about have allowed you to live your life the way you do. For example, the technology has allowed you to hear other opinions and for you to just spout ad hoc nonsense because you aren't able to debate. So obviously that's not a debate, that's me prodding someone. But it doesn't, I don't see how that breaks the guidelines. But what he was saying definitely breaks the guidelines. So yeah, when I get back on, I'm going to contact Facebook and ask them and say, what's wrong? It'd be interesting. So we can have a discussion about it.
That is interesting. I wonder if...
Has the world changed?
So that they highlighted that comment as being...
Well, originally it was I predicted a Trump win, the statistics have made your life better. And I quoted his really, really obnoxious thing. Because when someone posts something stupid, you quote them so they can't change it. You know, that's what you do. And I thought it was that. But then the next day they've deleted that and deleted my previous post, which is completely... I mean, have a look. I've posted worse than that on Facebook. We must respect the Fuhrer. That's what it feels like. Facebook have thought, well, the world's changed now. We've got to follow the fascist way. There will be no dissent. It's obviously incendiary.
Well, mate, I think what's happened is someone's flagged your post as inappropriate.
Must have done.
And if so many people do that, they'll just automatically ban it.
Yeah, they won't read it.
They won't read it.
It must be.
I think it's sort of like an automated thing.
But the other guy, his post was still there. And it was horrible. It wasn't very nice. But maybe that's it. But I mean, no, nobody flagged him up because he was just a troll. I'm logically picking him apart, but actually I'm not really debating him. I'm just making fun of him. That makes people report it.
Yeah.
Interesting. But yeah, I'm gonna when I get back on Facebook, if they let me back, yeah, we'll talk about that next week.
Do you know that guy?
No, that's the thing. It's like I think it's a Huffington Post forwarded by Ricky Gervais. So thousands of people every couple of minutes posting.
Did you see the Huffington Post UK headline the night of the election? So I was in Jersey at the time, and we were flying back the next day.
Yeah,
is that right?
See, your elitist middle class ways flying around the world.
Yeah, we were coming back on the Tuesday, which is the day of the election, is it? So we got back. I was quite tired. I looked at the news and I clocked onto the Huffington Post. And it says voting underway in America or something like that. And the final bit was, and it's looking good for Clinton.
But you know what though, the thing about it's the fault of the left. You get the silly stuff about it's the liberal world have ruined the civilization. Liberals haven't been in power. What's happened is the establishment have stopped. We as a society, that's here and the US, we've gone liberal, big time. That's the way it's gone, and it's still going that way. That's the flow. You can't stop it. This is all reactionary, and the response of the establishment is stop the left having any representation in government because Hillary Clinton is really right wing. It's not the left that put Hillary there. The left tried to put Sanders there.
Yeah.
The establishment stopped that from happening, supposedly illegally and whatever, and put Clinton there instead. So it's not the fault of the left. It's the establishment keeping it nice and...
It's those that consider themselves as left. I mean, there is a very similar thing going on within the Labour Party at the moment. The most vociferous critics of Jeremy Corbyn isn't the Telegraph. It's actually people inside the Labour Party. People who, love Tony Blair and all that sort of thing. The sort of grenades they throw at Jeremy Corbyn supporters and Jeremy Corbyn himself. I mean, you just listen to it. He's an IRA sympathiser.
Yeah.
But that sort of thing, is absolute. Jonathan Pye, a satirical character, absolutely spot on.
Yeah.
The left like to bomb.
Yeah.
Categorise people as bad people. If you
think
bad, you're a bad person.
Yeah.
I think there is an element of truth there. And the left do need to sort of get out of that sort of...
That's not thinking. Liberal. By definition, that's not liberal. That's the point. Safe spaces and, cultural appropriation. That's not liberal. That's really right-wing. To say, only black people can do that, you're not black. Only white people can do that, you're not white. That's what's racist, isn't it? So it's really right-wing. But actually, calling it left and right doesn't mean anything. It's not left and right. It's so much is now establishment versus anti-establishment. That's the position. There's a guy on Facebook who I knew for years and years and years. Used to vote BNP. So I see him as having completely different views to me. I think over the years he's mellowed or whatever. He understands the world a bit better. But he forwarded that video, and it really occurred to me how actually we have common ground here. Not BNP, but certain elements of people who may have voted UKIP actually have a similar position to what we have, and it's libertarian, actually. Now, UKIP aren't libertarian at all, but there's elements of people voting for them who are libertarian, who've misunderstood, I think. I mean, having the death penalty, grammar schools, whatever, is not libertarian at all. It's the opposite, isn't it? You know, they're really authoritarian, aren't they? But it's authoritarian versus libertarian. And I think that's where we have common ground, and that's where, as a country, and certainly how I feel, I'm a libertarian liberal. It's those two. It's somewhere in between those two positions where most people are, actually, and it's not a position that is represented in the mainstream media. It's something that's tried to. Liberals aren't libertarian. They don't believe in freedom.
I actually think. Well, I'm coming to those sort of labels are practically meaningless. What we're trying to do is group people so we can say, okay,
Understand.
This is what they are. This is how we appeal to these two people. But people don't think that way.
No.
The majority of people, they just want to get by. They just want to have their family, get on with their life, not think about politics.
Yeah.
Which is the strength of the right wing.
Yes.
And the strength of the authoritarian side of things.
Yeah. Just
because
keep it safe.
We'll look after you. We'll keep it safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what the left has really got to...
Used to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and doesn't now. I mean, and it's, the when you're poking UKIP supporters, you always say, well, how can a neoliberal person possibly be anything that's going to be about freedom and libertarian and all that stuff, I know they don't know what neoliberal means, that's why I'm saying it.
Actually, neoliberalism is quite a free ideology. It's an economic ideology.
It's an economic one, isn't it?
You can think what you would like, you can wear what you like, you can do whatever job you like, but these are the rules of the economics.
The economy. It's got to be about the economy.
Yeah.
And that's the problem, it didn't work.
If it did work, we'll all be happy now, obviously. Everything will be hunky-dory.
Yeah, it will be going so well.
Yeah, so, I mean, we are in interesting times.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting to see how the political commentator, I don't consider us political commentators because we do this as a sort of...
We're just messing around.
Because we like it.
Yeah.
We talk politics between ourselves anyway, so we thought we might as well do it in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Because we do a music video. But how do the political commentators deal with this? Deal with the fact that everything they've said
is wrong.
In the big decisions up until now has proved to be completely wrong.
Wrong.
Are they going to reassess the outlook of the world? Or are they going to keep asserting that this is the way things are?
Yeah.
Because, in any normal circumstances, if you were working for a company and you had made 3 calls in a row, big decisions which were completely wrong, you'd lose a lot of credibility. So the question is, are they going to lose credibility, and what replaces it if they do?
Yeah. Yeah. So actually, when we started these videos from a position of, that's a bit boring, really, isn't it? To stuff, and it means we don't know what's going to happen, and that's exciting. That's good.
Pretty exciting. Let's hope it goes the right way. And everyone's happy.
The threats of Armageddon are unlikely. You know how probabilities and polls and things. It's a good thing to use.
Anyway.
Yeah. So we'll see you next week, and I'll update you on the Facebook thing. Something.